I wanted to do just a quick little video on something I see a lot with dumbbell pressing. Is basically just how do we get, especially when we're dealing with heavier weights, how do we get back onto the bench and then back off the bench? One, in the most efficient manner possible. Two, in the safest manner possible. And three, in the least destructive to the environment manner possible. So basically what we're looking at, a couple of things that we'll see a lot when we're looking at like a flat dumbbell press specifically, is we'll see a lot of people that, one, when they kick their weights back, they'll kick them back to the bottom, and the bottom is the weakest position on your dumbbell press. So you can be at a bit of a disadvantage because you can't always get your torso to position itself correctly before those weights get set, and then you're essentially pressing from a dead stop. Versus picture like a barbell bench press, you're taking it with the lowering phase first, so you've got a lot more control. You've got the ability to actually set your shoulder blades, set your core position, and have yourself in just a more rock solid position. So we want to try to clean that up, and then when we're done with the press, a lot of people will bring the dumbbells down, then either attempt to just sit up with their weights, which is not ideal if you're getting into heavier weights, because you're essentially doing, if a pair of 50s in my hand, I'm doing a 100-pound sit-up. If they're heavier than that, then obviously that begins to increase incrementally. Or we're just abandoning the dumbbells off to the side this way. Can be a little bit of a safety concern, especially if you're in a commercial gym and you've got other people's feet around you. You don't, especially with a lot of the use of rubber dumbbells in commercial gyms, you don't always know where those dumbbells might go to. And if you've ever been in a gym that has dumbbells that you start getting into like 100+ pounds, you might see that occasionally one or more of those dumbbells is out of commission because it's been broken by having had it land not evenly. Because a dumbbell, even though it's made of metal or iron, the handle can still break. So it's not an uncommon thing to run into. So I'm going to walk through it with just some lighter weights. I'm going to demonstrate the fact that it can be done with heavier weights, because it's going to look really easy when we take lighter weights, but we want to see how to apply it with the heavier stuff too. So I'm going to take some light dumbbells to begin. I just want to get the dumbbells right on the lower part of my thigh, just right above my kneecap. I want to squeeze the handles really hard, and I want to create some tension in my lats by essentially pulling my arms into my sides. Okay, I want to think like I'm squeezing a couple of newspapers under my armpit to create a little bit of tension in my lats. I'm going to rock forward just a little bit, and then as I lay back, I'm pulling my knees up toward my chest so it guides the dumbbells in place. Okay, and then once I've gone through my set, then after I've completed that very last rep, okay, I've driven the weights up, I'm simply going to rotate the weights like this. I want to bring my knees up, let the dumbbells rest on that exact same spot, and then gravity just does all the work for me. So it's not having to expend as much effort getting up and out of place. Admittedly, there may be times if you're training without a spotter and you go down and you just don't have the strength to come back up, you might need to dump them off the side. That is the safest thing to do, but we want to try to limit that whenever we can. So that's, again, kind of our basic setup. So I'll show it one more time with the light weights. Got dumbbells on our thigh. Rock into it just a little bit. Bring the knees up. So now I've got my weights in position. I go through my set, whatever that looks like. And then I drive up. Once I finish my last rep, I want to rotate so that the flat part of the dumbbell is forward. Knees come up. Weight just rests on that spot, and then up we go. So I will just kind of show what it looks like. Now, granted, as the weights get heavier, you have to be really, really coordinated, and you want to be pretty tight with your execution. So this is with a decently heavy pair of weights. So I'm here. Again, I want to squeeze, I want to lock in. I'm trying to pull my elbows real tight into my sides. Dumbbells get a little harder to control, so I rock, pull my knees up. Okay, so now I can get them into the top position. I'll go through my press. Up. As I finish, I rotate. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to need to get my knees up. Weights go on the knees, and then I'm just up and down. And again, when the dumbbells get bigger, yes, like you have to just stay super tight because it's really easy. You saw there for a second. It's easy for them to just shift out of place. So take your time with it, but it definitely is a better way to go at it than just to kind of go through the examples that I showed in the beginning. So give it a shot and just let me know what you think.